I frankly, seriously want to say that it would be impossible on this day to not mention what we all know happened 70 years ago today in Normandy on D-Day. And I was struck when the introductions were made by Jim Collins about some of the people that are in this room, some of the justices of the Supreme Court, some of the leaders of our government, some of the most important people. This is a big deal for ITLA that you've chosen to come here. We appreciate it, but my thoughts really do go back to when you think about what went on in France in those days, when people were literally fighting for the rights that we take for granted now. That when we talk about civil rights and the rights to be in court and all the things that Americans know and take, that people of my father's greatest generation, when they hit those beaches, it is remarkable that we can now, our organization, can try to protect just a few of those rights. And there are many more important rights than some of the rights in court, but it just is really remarkable that legacy lives on, and that, by the way, it's our job, guys, to fight for those rights, because everyone who's really earned them already did the heavy lifting. All we need to do is remember. Trial lawyers are unique people. They are a unique bunch of lawyers. And I spent a lot of time around the country with lawyers who are not trial lawyers. And I think if you were to take a survey of lawyers in the modern era, it's sad, but you get a lot of lawyers who have a certain amount of discontent with what they do. And maybe as they get older, they just didn't, the work they're doing isn't as satisfying. I never see that from trial lawyers. Every trial lawyer I meet loves what they do. And I think there's an instruction there. And I think the instruction is that if you work for people that you relate to, and if you work for people that really need your help, it's worth doing. And I think we should all kick ourselves if we think, and this includes the judges and the justices who've been lawyers, and they all know what this is like and what trial lawyers are like. And whether it was when I was in the state's attorney's office or in the law division or every step of the way, that camaraderie, that shared experience of trying cases with and against other lawyers is something that is very hard to describe, but every one of you know what it is, and it's an honor. Speaking of honors, this job and this organization is very close to my heart. When I looked at the table, at the list of past presidents, by the way, I got a beef. This is the 42nd annual investiture of a president of ITLA, and yet there have been 61 of them. So apparently about 20 guys didn't get a dinner. But the names of the people on that list, particularly the names, a little generation ago, guys like Warren Hickey, Phil Corbett, Jack Kennelly, Fred Lane. These are not just guys on a sheet of paper. These are literally the people I grew up with. These are people that were my father's friends, that we would go on vacations with. These are guys that I am so proud of what they built. And as I've gotten older and now realize in the present that camaraderie that's so important among trial lawyers is something worth fighting for and protecting too. And so with guys like Todd Smith and Joe Power and Larry Rogers and Kevin Conway and Flip Corboy are people that have taken this job on, and Steve Phillips, and now I guess passed it on for me for a short period of time. It's a big deal to me. It's a big deal to make sure this gets done right, and I hope I can do that. On a personal note, no Golden Globes, but I can't get out of here without, first of all, thanking my Cooney and Conway family. A lot of people have had to drive pretty hard to get to the western suburbs, and I appreciate it. But like what Barry said about his office, it goes triple for me. I mean, the people that I work with, half of them are my family anyway, but the other half are my family as well. And it's an honor to be with you guys. I appreciate your support and the fun we've had over the years. My father, the only advice he ever gave Bob and I was be honest, work hard, and when you go over to court, don't be a jerk. So I think that's our firm motto, and I hope we keep it up. To my own family, my wife Barbara, my children, thank you for always being there, supporting me. I appreciate that. This is getting a little Golden Globe-ish, isn't it? But in a family like this, the honor that I really have always had is being partners with all my partners, with Kevin and Bill, but particularly my brother Bob. You can't know how cool it is to be partners with your only brother. And people would ask us all the time, you guys are partners? You're partners with your brother and your father? Don't you have business arguments all the time? And I had to admit, not only have we never had a business argument, we've never had a business meeting. So the only other thing that my father told Bob and I when we were young and coming up is something that he learned in the United States Army in the infantry. And it's something that I think every lawyer should take to heart. Never volunteer for anything. And because sometimes sons don't always listen to their fathers, I stand here and I'm going to ask for your help for the next year. Have fun tonight. Thank you very much.